Inflation. British news sources this morning are awash with stories about potential inflation. Some are saying that it could be that we're about to enter the highest period of inflation since the 2008 financial crisis. That's just generic, far too generic to make any kind of decision from, and certainly it's an intangible matter as well, because as yet there is no period of inflation. It's just a theory that there might be. So why is the GBP starting to tail off against the dollar? It's starting to tail off, but only a little bit. It's still around about the 1.4 mark, which is still very high by comparison to this time last month. But if you look at the charts, there is a slight tail off. Can't be to do with any generic, non-tangible potential reports about some potential inflation. Must be something else. There is an elephant in the room, and that's being largely ignored. The reality is that after almost a year and a half of lockdown, Britain is lagging behind the rest of the G7 nations in terms of economic recovery. Last week's talks of an economic boom did actually make some difference, and certainly investor sentiment was higher than it had been over a long period of time. But the thing is, those particular reports were made on a percentage basis. Those saying that there's going to be a 2.1% potential boom in the economy over the next quarter are looking at a 2.1% increase over a period of time where the British economy has been at a 300-year low. That's pre-industrial revolution. And since the industrial revolution, there have been hundreds of events and hundreds of booms and busts, 2 world wars, lots of economic downturns, lots of booms, lots of geopolitical matters. It's countless. So to create a percentage increase as a forecast over a 300-year boom is slightly misleading. So maybe it's starting to sink in that these particular metrics, which are actually there, they're actually tangible, is the actual matter that's affecting the price, and not some potential forecast about some inflation that hasn't happened yet.